This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Monday, October 26, 2020. Happy birthday, Mara. The title of this rant is, Hey, U.S. billionaires, what's a couple of extra billion to you? Chump change. So during this pandemic, the 650 or so billionaires in the United States, their net worth has increased by about $1 trillion. Yes, not chump change at all. And let's put it this way. They were doing really well before the pandemic even hit. And what does this say about us as a country, that they have done this well, while at the same time we have about an 8 million increase in the number of people who are living in poverty, which gives us between 30 and 40 million total people who are living in poverty. We also right now have about 30 million people approximately who have lost their health insurance. And remember, when ACB comes in later today and Obamacare comes up before the Supreme Court next week, at the end of next week, they could lose that, and that will will hurt every one of them with pre-existing conditions, because insurance companies probably will not cover pre-existing conditions for COVID. It also doesn't include the 30 million people who may be evicted in the next several months. And think of all of the 8 to 11 million people, a lot of the people I've mentioned as part of this, who have not gotten their jobs back since this pandemic hit. Also, the number of people, like me, living on a shoestring budget, and the amount of food insecurity that is going on out there, just a tremendous amount. But what have all those billionaires done for us? They haven't done, well, I'm not going to say what, they haven't done anything. If you just took 10% of that trillion and made it 100 billion, the United States could technically employ 2 million people at 50,000 per year. So that's what only 100 billion of that could do. And I think the big question we need to ask now, and this has to come about after the election, after Joe gets elected, is why is it that the structural economic system in the United States is so grossly immoral that so few can have so much? And this will be one of the many, many big fights that Joe and all of us have to be diligently going after the election, and especially after the inauguration. Because in essence, that is when the real war starts. How are we going to change that economic system so that there can be a tremendous amount of fairness at the lower ends, because it's not fair there at all? The resistance will have to continue after the election. After the election, after the inauguration, the real war is going to begin, because those billionaires will not cede their money that readily. And there's sycophants of the Republicans who have advocated for this gross inequity will be fighting with them the whole way. So the resistance must continue, and this will be one of the many, many big wars that will have to be fought after the election and after the inauguration. This resistance is not ending after this. It must continue.